What's going on, recliners? Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be checking out the newly released and directorial debut for Anna Kendrick, Woman of the Hour. Now, I've always been a big fan of Anna Kendrick. Gotta say, always crushed on her pretty hard. Aside from being beautiful, in my opinion, she just seems like a very down-to-earth girl with that little bit of weirdness that makes her interesting. But aside from that, I read the synopsis of what the movie was about, and it's based on the true story of a serial killer, Rodney something, who appeared on a popular show in the 70s, The Dating Game, and was just this charming, over-the-top, handsome guy that everyone loved, who turned out to be a sick, twisted bastard and a serial killer. Now, I don't know too much. I know like an abbreviated version of this story. One of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Ballin, he covered this story a while ago on one of his videos. And from what I remember about that, the woman goes on the show, ends up picking the guy, and I believe they only spoke briefly, like, in the green room behind the scenes after the show, and they didn't actually go on a date. I could be wrong, and maybe the movie will go a different route and deviate a little bit from the truth, just for entertainment's sake. But it's just crazy how people like this exist, normal day-to-day lives, they're out there, and they could be holding a very, very dark secret. Now, Mr. Ballin also covered another story similar to this. A guy went on some popular show, I forget what it's called, but he turned out to be a serial killer as well. It's just crazy to think that people people you've come across could have done such horrible acts. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to hear this version of the story. Again, I don't know how true to the true events they're gonna stay to. Normally in like movies or shows like this, they tend to exaggerate a little bit just for entertainment's sake, but still should be a good watch. So I'm excited to get into this, but before we do, as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. So yeah, let's check out the new movie, Woman of the Hour. Yeah, so I also forget how many people he was charged with actually killing.
Tell me about yourself. Where are you from?
Texas.
Texas? Really?
I wonder if this is him behind the camera.
You don't need to apologize.
So embarrassing.
No, it's not. Hey, look at me.
I think this is him. I'm pretty sure the dude had long hair. Oh, I mean, it was the 70s. Everyone had long hair.
We wanted to have this big adventure before the baby came. That was the plan. And then he just left.
Aww.
And I don't know if it was me or if he just didn't want to be a dad.
So messed up.
I haven't really had a chance to talk to anyone about it yet, and I really needed that. Thank you.
Oh, you're screwed. You guys are out in the middle of nowhere. Such a different time, too. Like, totally appropriate to just hitchhike with a random stranger, go out into the middle of nowhere with some random photographer. The hell? Did he really just bring her back to do it again? Jesus.
Yes, I hated it. Did you like it?
Did you want me to try it again?
No, it's just not for me.
Oh, no, I'm sure they're fine.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch.
Such a cliche line.
Guys, so much.
Thank you.
But I guess it's more polite
Great
than
rest of your
saying,
day.
you sucked, we have no interest, move along. Next!
Just really make my day.
It's kind of wild that there could have been, amazing actors and actresses out there completely looked over because of a couple of douchebags' subjective opinion of them.
No, that sounds crazy. No, I just walked in the door. Did they call already?
It's a tiny-ass couch.
But I didn't audition.
You didn't have to. I sent them your resume. They think you're perfect.
What's the show?
The dating game.
Well, if you were my ex-wife, I'd have to say Rocky Road.
Kind of risky for 70s TV.
She's not totally wrong. Still, it just feels...
Beneath you?
Like selling out.
Right here at the bar laughing about it with me.
Why will I hate him?
He's gonna be a dork. And
Or a serial killer.
Yes, obviously. I mean, you're basically my only friend out here.
well,
That's good.
Ooh, you got friend-zoned, my guy.
Sorry, I think I'm a little jumpy. I had a pretty weird day.
yeah, no, I
Shot down. At least he tried.
Okay, great.
do you want to leave?
No, no, we should have another one.
Pity. Whoops. It's amazing. That would actually get you something back then. Uh-oh.
There you go. Now look right into the lens right here and give me that look you just gave me. There she is.
Wonder if she was born with that hand or something happened to her, like a bad accident.
So what do you say?
Oh, poor girl.
Total moron.
Hello, hey, how's everybody doing? Whoa!
Oh, she'll be getting the maniac, all right.
A little more flattering. I mean, she's got the body, so let's use it.
Yeah, it's gotta be pretty nerve-wracking, like going out in front of a live studio audience, expected to be charming, flirtatious, and yeah, talk to 3 random people. You're supposed to choose one.
I'm still seeing you this weekend, right? Doghouse now.
A lot of different time jumps.
Hey, is this for 2A?
It is.
Okay, great. Here, I'll let you in.
Been ringing the apartment for 10 minutes.
The shower, I didn't hear it.
Tommy, let's go.
What?
Let me guess. She's gonna run into Rodney, and he's gonna offer to help bring her stuff up to her apartment. And there he is. Alright, so we're going through the different time jumps to show all his victims.
That's like the last thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is. Okay. Almost.
So this will be his 3rd.
Mary's fucking baby.
Okay, so I took a class.
I've actually never seen that.
When I do, I like to savor the moment, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm the same way.
And he's going psycho mode now.
I'm very excited. I think at first I was afraid that I was gonna get lonely, being away.
Wonder what a New York City apartment cost back then, that size. Probably be like $4,000 a month today. Really good cinematography so far.
There she is.
With a sick transition.
From Scranton, Pennsylvania. She used to work massaging feet, but quit when
Scranton, the Electric City. The Office fans know.
They call it Scranton. What? The Electric City. Scranton. What? The Electric City.
Now that you know what they sound like, are you ready to take it to the next step?
Does she know him?
Sure do.
All right, let's take a seat, make yourself comfortable, and here we go.
I actually don't know how this guy was caught. I wonder if it was because of this show.
You know, I'm a nerdy schoolboy. Do you want to go on a date?
Is that it?
Guess Bachelor #1 was the perfect choice for that question. He's already awkward.
Bachelor number 1.
Oh, damn.
Bachelor number
Oh, I'm a big old green salad.
With the vinaigrette.
Oh, see something, say something. What does she know?
Round one, and I think we're going to hear from our sponsor.
Is this a live show? Or just a... Yeah, go to commercial.
Do you know where?
He's probably somewhere upstairs holding court.
So we've been to 79, 71, and now 77? It's with the Death Stare. His next victim.
Some people are here to see you.
Yeah, who? Warren Beatty?
So he's an equal opportunist killer. Doesn't matter the profession, there's always going to be that office gossip drama. But definitely warranted in this case.
We're on staff. Another time? I'll find someone else. Okay.
I know they're still in the office building, but I don't know if I'd turn him down like that alone in a bathroom. So if I read the time jumps right, the show was taking place in 79, that took place in 77, so he was still free for another 2 years. So that was her friend at the bonfire on the beach, and she suspects Rodney, rightfully so. But instead of freaking out, maybe call the cops?
Oh, nothing. I'm trying to do what Ed said. Just feels a little weird.
Oh, Ed. This isn't a sitcom. You're not coming back next week. What's Ed gonna do? Fire you?
Good point.
That's the whole point. So just be yourself. Say whatever you want.
This lady's cool.
Too small. Seriously, anything under a C cup, can't do it.
Freaking confidence in this guy, man.
You guys good? You need anything? Okay, great.
We're on.
I mean, if this guy did what you're implying, then wouldn't he be in jail and not on a TV show?
Sadly, not necessarily. Especially back then with very minimal, like, forensic tools.
Back into it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, looks like she's gonna have fun with it.
For an hour feels like a minute. That was his theory of special relativity. What's yours?
Yeah, you gotta dumb it the way down for Bachelor number 1.
Bachelor number 1, how's that theory of special relativity coming along? Groovy, keep at it. Bachelor number 3, bad.
That's good.
Bachelor number 3, you're bad.
It's like, this bitch is upstaging me.
Do you mean an astronomer?
Is there a difference?
Do you want there to be?
No.
By the way, Einstein was a physicist, not an astronomer.
The hardest questions this guy may be able to answer is, what's 2 plus 2?
Morals. Immanuel Kant argues. She's gonna give him a heart attack. I don't. Bachelor number 3, I'm counting on you. What are girls for?
Oh, I want to hear his answer.
So can you just call someone for me?
Good on her. Definitely takes a lot to
4.
Yeah, that's right.
confront someone about it.
I'd have to say that
I wonder, though, if this friend actually existed in real life, or if this is for the movie.
Number 1 didn't really say anything disgusting.
That's true. I didn't.
And what about Bachelor number...
He can't really say much, to be fair, though.
Once the show is over, I want this out of here. I never want to...
Ooh.
So, who are you gonna pick? Oh, knock it off.
I mean, I said he was thinking the B word, not the C word.
He thinks everything is too far.
Yeah, but do you, though?
No, they love you.
Hey, man. What the Why would you tell her that?
She asked.
It is a competition. Damn.
4, 3,
Boys are babies, right?
Include reading and golf. Please welcome Josh Young.
Reading what?
Careful with that asshole.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We have some very fine parting gifts.
It's the one decent thing he's done all day. Come on, people. I'm glad to see you're taking this seriously.
Do you know where I could find him? It's very important that I speak with him.
I doubt that very much.
Why?
Because I'm George Eliot.
These sons of bitches.
Safe travels. We'll be in touch.
Thank you so much.
They kicked her right the hell out.
Wow.
See if there's any pictures in there like the one he showed contestant number 2. That guy did do a shoot. Yeah, you're sitting next to one.
I'll turn around, face the light. Yeah, that's beautiful. You're a natural. All right, just one more.
Does this guy ever, like, just enjoy someone's company, or he just has or had to kill everyone that he came in contact with? He's about to whip out a rope and strangle her.
Rodney.
Or tackle her to the ground.
Did you feel seen?
I felt looked at.
How do you feel right now?
Creeped out.
I figure we have to connect before we go to Carmel, so.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He can't do anything to her now because of the publicity of being on the show and the trip, right?
So I guess this means we're not really meeting up in Carmel anymore?
Uh-oh.
Maybe I'll see you around.
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, just go. Just go.
Get your off my car.
Disgusting. And she needs to meet up with that other girl. Both of them go to the cops. Get this psycho out of there. That little whisper from contestant number 2 seems a lot more relevant now. The hell? Freaking piece of shit.
Someone knows how to tie a knot. Something tells me you were a Boy Scout.
If this is true, that is like the bravest and smartest thing I've ever seen. Is she gonna run to that car? No, still playing it cool. I could never imagine being in a situation like hers. But it's... oh my god. There is probably only like a handful of people in the world that could keep this type of composure. Oh, she's gone already. Damn. Special place in hell for you, my friend. This is finally a cop that will take one of these women seriously. Good shit. Dude, bravo, girl. Wow, that really happened. Oh my god, are you... 130? Good. Alright guys, so just got finished up with Woman of the Hour, and I gotta say, that ending hit me hard. I really did not expect to feel that much like emotion at that. The disgust I have for that shitty ass human. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm glad the sick bastard was finally caught, put in jail, and died there, but he deserves so much worse. And, of course, thanks to our justice system, this guy gets released on bail, kills a woman, and I don't know if it was her daughter, but I think it just said a 21 and a 12-year-old, because you let the sick prick go. Like, unreal. This wasn't actually what I expected. Like, I thought it was going to be more centered around Anna Kendrick's character and, you know, like, something to do with her and just him being on the dating game show that finally got him caught. Not this runaway who... It's almost unbelievable that she did this in real life. Like, that is the bravest thing I've ever heard of. This poor girl was essentially, I mean, she wasn't kidnapped. She went under her own free will initially, but brought out to the desert, attacked, assaulted, tied up. She knew, like that was it for her. And she just came up with the most brilliant plan to play into his sick, twisted mind to help save her life and get her freed. Then finally we get someone competent in law enforcement to actually go arrest this guy. Like, was he really that charming and believable in real life that he was able to talk his way out of the other times he spoke with the cops? The poor friend of one of his victims, like, just never taken seriously, wasn't a credible... I mean, this was a different time, sadly, in our country, so I don't know if that had something to do with her race, but still, I'm like, that ending just... I really can't believe that there are people that sick out there in the world. Gotta say, Anna Kendrick, good job. Not gonna lie, like, most of the movie, like, it was engaging, but it didn't really fully hook me in. The time jumps, the back and forths could sometimes be a little confusing. What year are we in? Like, what victim? But it all tied together in the end there, and good job. Not a bad directorial debut. The cinematography was great. She was great in her role. Definitely picked up when she picked up, yeah, he is in fact a psycho. I gotta get away from this guy. Pretty blown away at that one, gotta say. Also, I know that one boyfriend guy, he had mentioned, you know, he's on a network television show. I'm sure they vetted their contestants, and it's like, there was no Google back then. There was no forensic work. It was like, has this guy ever been arrested or convicted of anything? No. All right, let's get him on the show. Like, what else did they really have to go off of? At the time, he wasn't a suspect for murder investigations, and him being on the show really didn't do anything. It was more shock factor than anything. Like, oh my god, this massively popular show had a serial killer on. That's really all how that came into play. Thankfully, Cheryl didn't become a victim of him, but, I mean, the woman of the hour, by far, was that runaway. Woman of the decade. If any of you were ever put into a situation like that, could you just turn off your emotions and instantly think of that to flip the script and help get away? I mean, don't get me wrong, I hope no one's ever in that situation, and if you were, you could figure a way out of it. It's just blown away that someone was able to keep their composure like that and just, wow. I keep talking about the same point, but aside from that, the rest of the movie was just kind of like meh. Like, it was there for time filler just for that one scene. Like, wow. Thankfully, the psycho was finally caught. I think it said he was only convicted for 7 murders, but they believed it was 130. As much as I gotta check out that Mr. Ballin video again when he covered this. I don't remember him speaking about the runaway and how she was this guy's demise. But going into this movie, if he did cover that, I'm glad I didn't remember that, because that was everything for me at the end there. So I gotta say, before that ending, the movie was like a 5, maybe a 6 for me. Had some moments, but ultimately was like kind of falling flat. But then that ending just completely turned it around, and I'll definitely bump it up to like an 8, a 9, just off the ending alone. I do have to say, it does feel a little weird doing a whole recap on this, because this was true events. There were real victims out there. But stories like this do need to be heard. You know, again, it was a different time. People were more trusting, willing to, like I said, hitchhike with strangers, go off to random places because, you know, oh, let me do a photo shoot of you, or, you know, stuff like that. So nowadays, people are a lot more skeptical, which is a good thing. But at the same time, I do feel like movies like this should be seen just to raise awareness. Like, I need to be careful who I trust, be aware of my surroundings, stuff like that. So I'm glad it was released, but at the same time, it is sad because these were real life victims, and the survivors to go on the rest of their life with this sort of trauma, and it can't be easy. But I'm glad this story was told. If you guys enjoyed today's video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. That's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys soon.